Hello everybody, welcome to Enigmatic Electronics. Today we're going to get you out of the lab, take you outside. Would you believe it is February and I'm out here in short sleeves. This has been a record hot year for North Georgia. We're going to do something a little different. This channel is about electronics, science, and mechanics. So we got our old 1948 8N Ford tractor here. Like any piece of equipment that's almost 70 years old, you're going to have little things go wrong with it. And what we're going to do today is replace a settling bowl. And some of y'all might not know what this is, but these tractors don't have a fuel pump on them. It's all gravity fed into an updraft carburetor. And I'm going to take you around to the other side where the fuel bowl is located, and we'll check that out and I'll show you the problems with it. Okay, we're around the other side of the tractor, and we're looking. There's the hood, there's the side of the tractor. If we go up underneath, there it is. That's the settling bowl. Now these are the fuel filter for these old machines. And as you'll notice, this is all wet. This one's leaking. And we have a bucket down here that's catching any drippage so we don't get it in the earth. So basically when you open this up, it allows fuel to flow into this bowl and then out through the line and down to the carburetor. Anything heavy settles in the bottom of this bowl, and that is how it filters. It's just a total static filtering. It just settles down. Now we can get some parts for these, but it's pretty cheap just to get a whole new settling bowl too. If we go over here, laying here on our seat, we've got a new settling bowl. Take it out of the package, you've got a glare. This is the new settling bowl. We got a cardboard tube on here to protect the screen. Now this cost us about $25 at our local Napa. We have a really good Napa, and they carry a lot of tractor parts. And as you can see, hopefully there, this fits a variety of tractors. So what we got to do is get this fuel line loose with this turned off. We're going to take this fuel line loose, and I'm going to make another short line that'll screw in here. This is just how I'm going to do it easy. It'll screw in right here, down, and we're going to turn this on and drain the tank. Now we can do it by taking this bowl off, but we're going to get it all over the side of the engine. So we're just going to make up a short line that drains it down. We're going to have to drain all the fuel out of the tank. And it's important when you do this to open this all the way open, because if you only open it partial, there's what's called a reserve area. If you only open it a couple of turns, and it'll pull fuel down to a certain level in the tank here, which is actually up under here, but just for illustration purposes, it'll pull it down to a certain level, and it won't pull out any below that. Now if you're out in the field and you run out of gas, you need to get back to the barn, to the shop, wherever. You come out here, you open it on up, it allows it to pull this last little bit, and what that does is let you know, okay, you're about out of gas, you got just enough to get back to the barn or whatever and fill back up. But we need to drain all this out, so we're going to have to open it up all the way to get all the fuel out. I'm just going to close it back down. Once we do that, it unscrews out of the bottom of the tank here. We're going to clean this up before we unscrew it so we don't get any trash up in the tank that it'll have to catch. There's always a chance it gets through. And then we're going to take this out, change it, put the line back on, fill the tank back up, and we should be good to go. Alright, so it's been a little while since I shot the first part of this video, and we got a little rain going today, but it's not going to hinder us too much. We've decided to rebuild the carburetor on this thing as well, so what I was able to do is just use the fuel line here and let it focus. Just use the fuel line here, and we've drained it into this bucket. About 5 gallons of gas in there. Now we're going to clean this up a little bit. We're going to move this bucket out of there and cover it, and we're going to clean a lot of that junk off of there before we take it out. There will be some more gas come out of this, and when we take that settling bowl off, so we are going to set another bucket under there to catch it, because it'll be quite dirty. But that's kind of where we're going next. Alright, so the rain's off and on. It's getting a little heavier, so I've set up my little portable garage here. This thing works pretty good. It's easy to set up. Took me about 5 minutes. Gives us a good dry place to work while we got this little light rain. If it gets real heavy, there's a few little holes here and there, but still pretty good little shelter here for us. Let's just get back on it. We got a bucket sitting under this thing to catch any gas, and we're gonna have some gas come out of this. It protrudes up in the tank a little bit, and there's just no way to drain even on reserve every last bit. So we got a bucket to catch the gas, and it's important that this is not the same bucket you caught your gas you're going to reuse in, because we've cleaned with a brush here. We've cleaned all this area, got as much trash as we can. These tractors are old, and there's still a lot of trash here. We've cleaned this just to make sure we don't get back up in the tank when we put the new one in. But the point being, you're going to get some trash down this time, and you just want to, this gas will just be to recycle. This is an 11/16 wrench. Hope you can see that. This is 1948. It's American made. Everything's a standard size on this tractor here. And we're just going to take this off, get it loose, and then slowly thread it out, because we are going to, there, see, we're already getting a little gas. This is probably going to dump on us here in a minute. Yep, there we go. There we go. And leave the oil plug in it so you can't get gas in your oil. It's important too. The oil plug caps over and prevents that. Probably be good to put a funnel under this. I wasn't quite expecting that much gas. I thought I had more out of it than that, but this old motor, we're not too worried about the paint. We're going to give it plenty of time to dry off. It's not bad for some gas to come out of this. It'll help wash out any dirt you have on that anyway. And there was about a half a gallon of gas there. Be aware of that when you take this out. Alright, so the gas is all drained out. I'm going to wipe this off a little bit. Being careful not to try to push any debris up in that hole. I'm going to make sure that's cleaned out real good. Here's our new part. There's a little cardboard protector off of it there. We put thread seal tape on this, and you want to make sure you use thread seal tape that's rated for gasoline. Gently, without damaging the screen, feed it up in and tighten it down. This seems to be, this is a casting. It seems that one side's a little different size. The wrench is fitting on a little tight on one side. That particular side there. And you gotta try, this is hard to explain, a mechanic's feel. You can't over tighten them, but you gotta get it in the right place also. And that's pretty happy right there. So now all we got to do is bend the new fuel line, put it on. I'm not going to bore you with that. It's pretty straightforward. But and then fill it up with gas. But that's it, guys. That's changing a settling bowl on an 8-end Ford tractor. Pretty straightforward. Thanks for visiting us again on the channel here, and tell us what you think about these different kind of videos that we're doing. We're trying to do other stuff besides just electronics. It's a maker's world, so we need to get out there and learn all we can and do different things. So just tell me what you think about that in the comments. If you like this video and you're new, subscribe to us, please. See you next time.